Welcome back. Have you had a certain troubling week? What better way to fix it than by watching some more Non Biyori? And of course, with this being the last episode of this season, hopefully it's going to be a comfy warm blanket that we all need. Our little journey out in the countryside, the rural town that it is, it really has left a mark on me. One that I didn't quite think would be quite as genuine as it is, with me getting nostalgic to even times I haven't had. And with it ending off, what does it have left to show us? I'm very eager to see more, so hopefully you are as well, and if it is the case, get ready, sit down, grab a drink, and let's begin. Wow, this intro is lasting a lot longer than I thought it would. Sometimes we get like a 4 or 5 second view of the countryside, not staring at the tree for like 15. But being devoid of with the hole in the floor still, devoid of people there, being able to see the place in its beauty without interference. Not the rabbits again. Well, good to see that the rabbits are being taken care of still. And this time, is she going to be mistaken for a stranger? It's still amusing thinking back. Some of the dumb moments we've had throughout this series. And honestly, there's not much I can really complain about. The fact that it has got, well, not much has happened per se. It's slow enough for us to enjoy the time with them, but also racing through the year. And I did see that in the folder there's like 3 more series after this. Is it gonna follow them through the years of school? For some of them, though, I do worry about the future. After everything that we've seen, they're not really going places, are they? Oh, we're back to spring already. I guess we don't get to stick around with the snow or the Martians for very long. She couldn't put anything together. Is it all burnt? You say that, you haven't even looked at it yet. It's not burnt, it's Cajun. Nothing like a little extra charcoal flavour. Well, she's gotten so much more from this lunch than just eating her food. So, of course, that translates to That's not squid ink pasta, though. Just a little. Is it supposed to be that crunchy? At least she's trying her hardest to have a straight face. Chew. All of the moisture in her body has been sucked out by that bite of yakisoba. Yeah. Keep trying. I'm sure there's some sort of compliment in there somewhere that she can eke out. At least the inside doesn't look quite as dark. Do you want to try it? Can they just, swap lunch already and her get distracted so she doesn't have to push through it like that? Oh no. How can you... Oh, no. I can understand how you might be able to ruin hamburger. Okay. Actually. Now, that's not something that would disgust me. Sweet and meat flavours go quite well in my mind. Even heavy chocolate ones. The problem is, by saying that everything is nice, is now she doesn't have to think about changing it for the next time. How much salt? Has she actually learned this time? Did she leave the rice to someone else? Okay. Yeah, there's not a lot that could... Oh. Russian roulette on onigiri. That's not the one with it in. I do love wasabi. So the initial burst might be surprising, but overall I think I'd eat the entire thing. Oh, she's already put herself this far through it. It'd be a shame to back off at this stage. Yeah, nothing like a nice trip to the hospital. That's what all lunches end with, right? She actually finished it. I mean, she could teach the most steadfast of... CIA operatives and SAS now, with that kind of poker face and willpower. And how is all of her hard work now going to be ruined? You did... Okonomiyaki? Does it have... As long as it doesn't have lettuce and whatnot in it as well. There is no such thing as too heavy when it comes to dessert. She's amazingly simple, isn't she? Sodium bicarbonate? You'll find out very shortly. Who thinks that's a seasoning? That's some very serious questions about her upbringing. Road repair. I do love how you get like the wildflowers by the side of the road and weeds coming up through the crack. Reminds me very much of a lot of the side roads and whatnot, somewhat around here. There's something that is oddly, or maybe not so oddly, charming about the countryside like this. It has been forever since I went on a walk, especially with my parents or anything. This is incredibly chill. We were getting a lot of little sights and pieces from around the town before. But even if it was just a shot of a wall, I can't really complain since it's so nicely drawn and painted. There would be so many hurdles, red tape, bureaucracy, and probably jail time if we even tried to be helpful and repair a road around here. And now that the gang is all together again. Nyampas. That is not a good idea. I mean, edible to everyone else may not be the same to them. Any particular reason why the other two jetted off so far in front? Hopefully the sign doesn't say warning bears. Ah. Who owns it? Ah. That's, as long as you say you own it. They're rich in mountains. Are there any? I mean, consider, so you got a small town like this where owning a hill or a mountain is considered ordinary, and then a one-bedroom studio apartment you'd be grateful for in Tokyo. And they come back with a big basket of food poisoning. Maybe outside of the immediate 45 degrees where she is looking? Nice. She's found grass. Not gonna give it a try? You never know, it might be edible. And as long as she gets to scoot a little bit closer to her. Has he been looking for flowers, or has he got something else on his mind? Why don't you give it a try? He is a wordsmith. She has a thing for mugwort, apparently. Ah, she's actually thinking of the next steps. The meal she could produce. Huh? Such gluttony. Huh? We're gonna come across. One wasn't enough. Are you gonna join him? The Foley work of like some crossing bags and whatnot for the chewing sound. This scene has far outstayed its welcome now. Does she leave the mugwort behind? She may be right on that one. Has she been scarred for life? They might be out in the sticks. I like how it's going back to that joke that we started off on. But actually time for her to say what she loves about the place. Sure. Depends on the person. I mean, she should feel lucky in of herself being able to go out and pick plants with nary care. It would be quite a picturesque field. Yeah, she's not calling you. Did we just have a moment? She is a flower. Okay. So, siblings. That is the problem. She'd have to be killing her namesake. Ah, making him into a flower crown or something similar. Or knowing her, so, oh no, it was just a crown. It doesn't suit her at all, does it? Does she need the wings? She make him into a little fairy of the field. Impossible. I don't think they'll be as taken aback by it as the others. Yeah, these wings allow her to fly. What? Yeah, sure. Funky flannel. That's exactly what I was thinking. That was... No, strike that. Completely out of left field. Well, be her misunderstanding, or not remembering the word of fancy and going funky instead. Fair. Or do they not get flower crowns themselves? You're ruining her fun. That seems like a good idea. Well, that's because it involves noise and running fast. Please have some outside help. Just, yeah, there we go. I was about to suggest, why don't you just take over entirely? The last tree on the hill. That's actually really nice. Bit of landscape. They're in bloom. Just a little late. Or maybe that's for the flower viewing stuff later on. How do they know I was here? The perfect send-off... But that's the story I was talking about. The perfect send-off for the brother, though. Sat alone, chewing on grass. Well, we've seen him in the doghouse before, so... To be fair, it's not the worst way we've seen him. I'm somewhat surprised that we didn't get any kind of mountainside animals or critters that they come across while searching for the flowers and plants. There is just a weird feeling I get from Non Biyori. It feels timeless and nostalgic. And... oh, we can just prolong shots again. Timeless, nostalgic, and memorable. It's like I've seen it before and I'm watching it again. It's all just so calming. Like a freshly cooked meal. One that isn't burnt to the very core. You know, once you've burnt the first thing, you'd be like, okay, I should probably put it at a lower heat or for a shorter amount of time. Not just, burnt. Oh well, next one. Oh, that burnt as well. Why did that happen? Third time's a charm. Oh, burn. There seems to be something in common here. And as far as the show goes, there've been anime that I've watched where it's been enjoyable. There's been anime where I would watch it 3 times over and get a bit out of it each time. There's never been a show where I feel like I've watched it my entire life. I think because it portrays just nice slice of life out in the countryside, calming with friends. They're parts of which anyone can relate to, even if not entirely this situation. I'm glad there's more. And also, unlike some other shows, we actually got parents be shown off. I would like a bit more interaction with other members of this town, this little village. Ones that aren't just, family of the main cast. But maybe I'm asking for too much. Now, sure, there were elements of this which was a little out there and extravagant, maybe exaggerated a little, maybe. But when you have I have no idea how to describe her. Boundless curiosity and drive that is Renge. How she accepts anything in her stride. And then you've got one sister who is just a powerhouse. Knows her own limitations, but still doesn't try to make it stop her. And one who just tries. She tries. Whether it be fashion, cooking, music, or pretty much anything that she picks up, she tries. Considering my history of hobbies and interests where that looks fun. A week later, I'm no good at that. Move on. That looks fun. I understand completely where she's coming from. But of course, who can forget the fish out of water coming in from Tokyo into the countryside that this is? She's earned a place here, and realizing that, this is actually pretty nice. Tokyo had a lot going for it. Maybe ease of access of a lot of stuff. I don't think she'd give it up for the world now. And honestly, knowing that this season is over, it feels a little sad. How I usually feel when most shows end, but a weird acceptance. Maybe because I know it's still out there somewhere. A life like this that I can't achieve, but so nice seeing it. Don't know how to put my thoughts into words. Whether or not you got a glimpse into your history, your upbringing, your childhood through this show, or trying to live vicariously through it. What if you were born out in the countryside, into the rural areas? Had friends. That was a big one for me, just imagining that one. There's a lot you can get from this show, and everyone probably takes away their own different part of it. So if you did enjoy it, let me know. leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing. But definitely join me again. Because I want to see you in the next one. This series has been everything I could have wished for, and thanks to all of my patrons, I've been able to enjoy it. And so if you would like to also join in this little adventure, consider joining onto my Patreon as well, and be alongside the likes of Noku, Sal, Dottrelfan, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Wolfie Sensei, and everyone else. For without them, I would be stuck among the trees with no one to talk to, which really wouldn't make for a good video.